Hello Archwoman, how's everyone doing? Today I'm reviewing Reve Indien by Fragonard, which translates as Indian Dream. This was one of my purchases that I made when I went to Grasse recently, one of 5 that I made, and I made a 6th one when I came back of something that I smelled in Grasse as well, which I loved. Yeah, I went to the Fragonard factory, shop, showroom I think they call it, and I smelled a lot of things. This was the one that stuck out to me. I actually sprayed, quite a lot of stuff, and when I came out I had this and something else on the same hand that the sales assistant had sprayed on me, and I didn't like it. So I went back to revisit it and then fell in love all over again. So I'll start off by saying that this gets heavily compared to one of the most famous perfumes in the entire world, which is Shalimar by Guerlain. I always just love looking at that bottle. I think it's just so yum. Anyway, which is probably why I like it. So I'm going to be comparing them quite a bit in this review. If you have no idea what Shalimar smells like, go and click the little information bubble, because that is my review of Shalimar that I did many moons ago when I was much younger and much skinnier. So yeah, this, I don't know the release date of this, unfortunately. It's made by Terry Vassar and someone else that I can't remember. And yeah, it's a huge vanilla amber combination. They've got a lot that come packaged like this, and I really like it. Comes in a little bag, and the bottle is huge. They only come in 200 mils or bigger. You can get like a 500 ml refill. I think they might even do litre ones, which is just nuts because that's a lot. The bottle's quite simple. The label has the same design as the little bag thing. You've got the Fragonard sun on the bottom, and it's just like a little bell shape. It's really nice. Let me just show you. This sprays out a hell of a lot of fragrance in one go. Can you see that? Which is kind of good because you have loads to spray. Anyway, so the notes. The top notes are bergamot and lemon, similar to Shalimar, very lemony opening. The base note, the heart notes are 3 flowers, 3 gorgeous flowers: jasmine, rose and iris, and then the base is vanilla, amber and patchouli. So it's not an overly complicated composition, but it's very effective. The vanilla amber combination, like I said, is the core of this entire thing. It's what you smell from the beginning to the very end, and it's the same with Shalimar. The only difference is, in the opening, Shalimar stays a lot more citrusy for a longer time. This is just a wisp of lemon, and then it's pretty much going straight into this amber vanilla thing. It's lovely. It does kind of tread into the baby powder territory. It's the vanilla amber combination again, same way that Shalimar does. It's a powdery cloud, it's fluffy, and this one is the same. The only thing is this one has a twist of something a little bit more oriental or a tiny bit more exotic. It's got a richer heart in some way. I've got them both. They're very similar. I mean, Shalimar is always going to be amazing, and I'm always going to love it, but this is a really good, not substitute because it doesn't need to be substituted, but another addition if you like that kind of scent. It does feel a little bit throwback, but not as much as Shalimar. And the reason for that is Shalimar has the note of civet in it, which is an animalic note. It gives a roughness, something a bit dirty, and that's underlying in Shalimar all the time, and it's what gives it its kind of classic feel as well. This doesn't have that, so it does stay on the easier to wear side, more playful, but it's still very, very similar. The vanilla is very, very strong and very thick and syrupy and gloopy in this, and it's lovely. Surrounded by some powdery notes, and the patchouli, thankfully, doesn't rear its ugly head, which it can do sometimes. It kind of behaves itself, I would say. Yeah, 200 ml. It was €39 for 200 ml of this, which I think is amazing. So if you know of a Fragonard stockist near you, look up and find out if they've got it, because if you can't afford Shalimar, or if you're just not that into the dirtier side of it, this will be the one for you. Also, if you've ever smelled Ombre Vanille by Vanille by E. Coudray, they have a fragrance that smells in the same family as these as well, so it's just really, really lovely. It's quite linear, it's not simple, but it kind of, like I said, the core of this amber vanilla is really what you're going to get for most of the wear length. It doesn't spring up any surprises halfway through, or, you know, there's nothing scary lying underneath there. So, yeah, the citruses are quite subtle in the opening. They really are, compared to Shalimar, where I can still smell them here, and I sprayed it about 20 minutes ago. They kind of just fade quite quickly, and it's got a really gorgeous resinous tone. The amber's really rich as well, so it's warm, it's cosy and fluffy, but yes, do be warned, amber does go baby powdery sometimes when it's paired with vanilla, and even on its own. So if amber reacts that way on your skin, just be aware. But yeah, absolutely love this. I get about 5 hours longevity, which isn't amazing, but I mean, look how much is in there for the price. You can just reapply it. Why not? Perfume face. Yeah, kind of a bit sticky sometimes, but just mainly a big old whoosh of rich vanilla and amber and powdery notes. The iris is adding a powderiness, the rose adds a powderiness, the jasmine just gives it you know, that kind of exotic floral tinge that you want. And yeah, it's a winner and a keeper in my book. I'm Much Someone Know. Click my logo to subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon for another review. Goodbye.